So we ran out of fuel today. I'm just in the store resetting the furnaces. And this fucking haunted store, I swear I heard somebody talking to me. So both my furnaces are going. Time to go home. I gotta go into Wilbert's house and reset his furnace because he's still on vacation. But his furnace needs to get going. And yeah, this fucking room needs to be cleaned out again. Alright, bye. I lost my wife. Oh, there she is. So we're here. She didn't want to give me the keys, so she gets to unlock the airport gate today. Yeah. It is Tuesday, not Monday. Our freight yesterday was canceled. And this is taking her a little bit of work. And it's coming today. We are only getting 8 skids. There is 3 skidoos for the band on here. And then our stuff. So I guess I'm taking some skidoos off a plane as well. I do have my backhaul. I'll have to move it further forward in the truck. And go from there. Okay. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, so we're going to check something possibly in the warehouse if I can get through. And we're going to talk at the same time. So we're what? Just over 2 weeks away from me and Aiden leaving. I'm really starting to freak out because, again, I still don't have a job. And I know. Well, why would you move without a job set up? Well, you know what? Sometimes things just don't work the way you want it to. And if I was waiting to have a job set up, I wouldn't have been able to find a place to live. And I don't have anything to fall back on because I don't have any family anywhere other than in Ontario. And there's no way we could afford to live in Ontario with the way rents are right now. So yes, we bought a house in Saskatchewan. And we're moving out. It's a scary thing. It's a scary thing knowing that you don't have the job set up. But we looked at it. Saskatchewan had the highest... It had the highest job vacancy rates in the country. There was 4,700 jobs in Regina alone, and most of them paid enough that we could pay all of our bills. So we're like, you know what, this shouldn't be all that bad. Over 185 applications. I've had 3 phone calls. 2 of them, 4 phone calls. 2 of them ghosted me. 1 of them turned me down, and 1 of them said I couldn't get the job because I don't have a license. Then I saw the perfect job. It was a taproom manager job at one of the local breweries. And it was like, we want you to be able to handle cash, be able to merchandise, be able to event plan, pour beer, this and that. We don't need you to have all these skills at once. We can train you. And they're like, you need to have Saskatchewan Serve It Right. And I'm like, I put in my application and I wrote my cover letter. And I'm like, well, I'm in charge of $6.5 million. I'm the sole person in charge of $6.5 million in revenue in my department, and I oversee another $750,000 in revenue in 2 other departments. I ran my own beer festival where I was a sole organizer, so I have event planning as well. It was 9 years worth of festivals, 14 years behind a bar at the casino, 7 years as a bouncer and behind the bars in other places. Ran a cash for years. Merchandising, I'm the grocery manager. All I do is merchandise. I merchandise the entire store. And because I'm in charge of overseeing other departments, I merchandise the entire store. I have everything you want, plus I'm really good. Plus I have a Saskatchewan Serve It Right. I have an Ontario Smart Serve. I have my beer judge certification. I have my Cicerone. I have everything. It's great. I even know 3 people. I'm good friends with 3 people that are good friends with you guys. They all say you should hire me, and nothing. Applied to it like 2 weeks ago. I still haven't heard anything. I think the waiting, I guess it's been so long since, it's been 5 years since I've been here. It was 14 years of me at the casino. I guess I just forget how long it takes sometimes, the 2 that have ghosted me, I interviewed for them 3 and 4 weeks ago, and both of them were like, you are the perfect candidate. We are going to push you ahead to the hiring manager right now. And then crickets. Not saying I'm not going to hear something from it, but I mean, it's disheartening. It really is. And the idea that people are angry that employees just ghost you and don't show up anymore. Well, you guys as employers are ghosting people all the time. It doesn't, I know it's hard, there's so many people that have applied, but it's not hard to say, thank you very much for your application. We've decided to go on a different route. And then it's over and you can move on to the next one. I did have one guy who contacted me to get a job, and I'm like, I am under contract with the Northwest Company until this time. After that time, I will be training my replacement, then I will be flying out. I should be available to start work at this point. And he goes, oh, we want to have somebody in place by then. Okay. I just wanted to be forthright with you. Well, thank you very much. And he moved on. And then about an hour later, I got a call from him. He's like, if I can't find anybody, would you be interested? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm reading a lot of reviews about your company right now, and none of them are good. And he's like, oh, okay. Position just got posted again. So if he was to hire somebody today, they'd be arriving after I would have arrived. Good on you, buddy. Because I'm fairly loyal. Whoever's the first one to give me a job that will pay my bills, pay my child support, let me eat, pay my mortgage, that's where I'm going. And it is what it is, right? Like, I don't want a lateral move. I'd like to move ahead. Every time you change jobs, you should be trying to get ahead. But a lateral move to what I'm making right now will still allow me to pay my bills. And I'm willing to do a lateral move if that's what it takes. I just don't want to. There's jobs that have also offered me. There's one guy that contacted me, and it was a store manager position, $17 an hour. I was like, that is quite the pay cut, to the point where I can't pay my child support and my mortgage, let alone eat. So I don't think this is for me. And it is what it is, but I mean, and I had one guy ask me, what is one of the strengths you bring to the table? And I said, one of the strengths I bring to the table is I've spent 4.5 years in the Arctic. There is not one thing a job in the South can throw at me that I haven't already dealt with in spades. I have had people with guns in my store. I've had people, like, just everything you could imagine happens up here. And there is not one thing I've ever heard in my life or seen in my life in the South that has not happened here. Most scary thing that happened when I worked at the casino was somebody driving a truck through the front door to come and beat his ex-wife that worked at the casino. That's nothing compared to what you deal with up here. So it's one of those weird things, right? And again, I'm feeling defeated because it was stay up here where my kids are out of school all the time, missing school. There's no future for them if they continue going to school where we are. There was no future for them if they continued going to school where we were before. There was probably no future for them where we were before anyway, because one of them would probably have gone and stabbed. There was so many knives pulled and everything else there. This community is so much nicer, but at the same time, education isn't the number one priority, which it really should be to help your communities. So, I mean, we're trying our best for these kids, and we just can't seem to catch a break. And it is what it is, but I'm falling apart slowly thinking about these things. Anyway, that was just my rant. Not much on this vlog other than this rant. Yeah, I gotta go.